Good morning. Happy day. Blue skies and cooler weather and less humidity means it's going to be a garden work day. And anyone who gardens knows that by mid-August, you're so busy hauling in produce and harvesting and trying to deal with countertops full of food you need to preserve and freeze that you don't do a lot in the garden. And so my garden is a bit of a jungle. I'm hoping to change some of that today and maybe get it cleaned up a little bit. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of what my garden looks like here in the late summer and then get to work. It's a gorgeous day and I have a lot to do. All right, I'll start the tour here in the beautiful flower patch because who doesn't love some beautiful flowers, especially zinnias in summer. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. And as you can see, at some point I quit weeding the flowers. So it's a royal jungle. The petunias are crazy. They have spread just, everywhere. The borage is taking over, the gladiolas are starting. Dahlias are still blooming, but it's a weedy mess. Cosmos are just starting to get some blooms, so. My zucchini patch, I really need to pick. Oh my gosh, they grow so fast. I've counted an average of 12 zucchini per plant so far. Some have given more. I have one plant here, a Black Beauty, that is branched into 3 separate, I don't know what you call it, sort of growing sections of the plant, and so it's throwing 3 at a time. So I've gotten easily almost 120 zucchini or something. I don't know, I need to pick more today, but the plants are getting very aged, diseased. I had squash bug issues, so I'm going to be evaluating every single plant today and seeing where it's at health-wise and pulling the ones that just have too much damage and maybe replanting and seeing if I can get more later this fall. I don't think I have enough time for that. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, my niece's patch. She's gotten a lot of cucumbers. She has a couple pumpkins, some tomatoes growing. She has a very nice watermelon here somewhere. Oh, there it is, hiding. So it's been fun. The dill has had all kinds of caterpillars. I got my little station set up here with baskets. This is my crap basket where I put all my weeds. That needs to be empty today and it'll probably be refilled several times. My peas did come up, and strangely, at about 9 inches tall, they've started to bloom. I've never had that happen when they're so small before. I did put in some more green beans over here. I've got loads of kale still coming. Some of them you can see just how many stems we've picked of kale, and they just keep growing. So that's been wonderful. We did plant some little babies over here. Got some little beets in a little row, and we'll see what grows and what doesn't. The basil's massive. We've been eating that all summer. The beets are almost done here. I did plant a few more beets over here. This is a weedy mess that has a few carrots left in here. I've harvested most of our carrots, but that needs to be taken care of today because that's a bug jungle. We've been eating lots of the celery and it's starting to look a little spent. I may end up just pulling it all and trying to give it away or freeze it or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. We'll see. Loads of peppers. Once you get a pepper plant going, you just get loads and loads of peppers. Look at those. And got some nice jalapeno peppers. And some serrano peppers. More Hungarian wax. Loads of bell peppers that just keep coming. And I've really, look at how many bell peppers I got on that plant. I've really been enjoying the poblanos. I've never grown them before. I don't know why, but they're so delicious. So I'll be harvesting more of those today. The melons are spent, and look at all the weeds. Once the vining plants spread so far, I just can't get in there and weed without being afraid of stepping on vines, so I haven't. And it's a weed jungle. Melons are almost done. We ate quite a few. There's still a few on there. I see a little cantaloupe hiding right there. And a couple of watermelon left. But we've eaten a lot of melons, so what can I say? Looks like I'm gonna have more broccoli to pick today. It comes in little bunches. The main heads have already been picked on these plants, but I have more kohlrabi and I think somewhere more broccoli over here too that I recently planted, and we'll see if anything comes of it. Little baby squash. I harvested all my squash already. I have a picture of most of what I got on my Instagram, but there's still a few coming. I even see some blossoms still on that. There's an acorn squash plant there. Tomatoes are a mess. I think I'll be spending actually most of my time on the tomatoes today. We've been picking every day. It's not a good year for tomatoes. It was way too dry for way too long, and then we got these really heavy rains, 5 inches in 2 days, and so many of them split. We still do get some nice ones on here, but the weeds are out of control because, like I said, I've been spending so much time dealing with harvest that I haven't done anything with weeding or maintenance in the garden. I've got blight going on some of these plants, and I haven't had the time to clean them up, so I'll be doing that today. A monster tomato right there. Whoosh. Lovely. That's an old German right there. But these little tropical sunset, little yellow cherries are supposed to be low acid, and they're really cute and nice. My daughter likes them. Anyway, we've had a few. Oh, these are peperoncini ants. We've had a few eggplant. Looks like I've got some more growing here. If I can find one. Yeah, there's an eggplant. Oh, there's another little baby. Cucumbers are getting towards the end. Still throwing though. They need more rain than what we've had the last week or two. But I see a couple more in there to pick right there. So hollyhock all got blown over in a storm, and I had to tie them back up a little bit. They're still kind of hanging over the cucumbers. So they're beautiful though. And green beans are throwing more blossoms. Looks like I'm gonna have green beans to pick today. Ooh, lots of green beans. So that's on the list to do today. All kinds of green beans. These plants, this is the second thrush of green beans that I've had on here, and they're still going strong. I did plant some more back here for later this fall, but yeah. We love green beans, and they're easy to freeze. These marigolds I worried about made kind of a nice hedge back here, and they all bloomed nicely. I have one tiny little hollyhock that didn't do much of anything back here. It's got one little bloom on it. It tried. It tried. But the weeds, yeah, the weeds are... Look at the weeds I'm growing. I'm such a good gardener. I can grow the greatest weeds. Oh, they're beautiful weeds. Swiss chard is on the menu for tonight. We're going to eat some of this because I haven't picked it in a week and it's gotten pretty massive again. See all the holes in here? The goldfinches come in the evenings and peck at these. I've heard different things. I've heard that they actually like to eat Swiss chard and beets. I've also heard that they try and pick out leaf miners. I haven't seen a lot of evidence of leaf miners in my Swiss chard, so I don't know if that's the case, but anyway, it's delicious. This is a fun little nasturtium plant. Isn't that a pretty pink? I tried to grow some Napa cabbage in the heat of summer and it all bolted and went straight to seed. But I've noticed it attracts a lot of pollinators to the little flowers. So, speaking of, so I left it for that reason. There are a few that look like they should. But the weeds again, just a mess. So that's my little tour. Time for me to stop yapping my mouth and get to work. Bye. Can't believe I've been out here for 4 hours and it doesn't feel like I did that much. Welcome to gardening. Never-ending work. Eternal work. It is infinite work. I can't do it anymore because the mosquitoes are eating me alive. Been out here for 4 hours. I'm tired. I need a drink of water. So this is what I harvested today. A load of tomatoes. These are tropical sunset cherries, and I've got regular cherries. Early girls. There's some old Germans and some pineapple tomatoes buried on the bottom. Got one more cantaloupe. All kinds of zucchini buried in here. A little bit of celery. I dug up carrots. I harvested some coriander. I don't use a lot of coriander, so I didn't harvest a lot, but I was pulling out my cilantro plants. Time to do that. Swiss chard, cucumbers, broccoli, another bucket of green beans. I got peppers. These are Planos, Hungarian Rex, pepperoncini. I got jalapenos, I got serranos, I got bell peppers. I like hot peppers a lot. So good. Might even make some jalapeno poppers. I haven't had that treat in a long time. So, what I did do today was I pulled out the old cilantro plants and harvested the coriander off of it because I have new ones coming up here for fall. I harvested the rest of the carrots and pulled a lot of weeds here. Now at the community garden that I garden at, we have nowhere to put this crap. So I have to haul it home by my van to my house. And this is my third bucket of the day. So I gave up on these weeds. I'm not making 4 trips today. It'll have to be another day. Anything that's a weed goes in my woods at home. Anything that's plant material, old tomatoes, cucumbers got too big, green bean vines, that kind of thing, they go in my compost. So I have to haul that home, but I did do that today. I pulled a couple of dead zucchini out here and planted a new one. I planted some tiny little kohlrabi there again. And I did weed part of the peppers, but I didn't get to the tomatoes. And the tomatoes is going to be a big project. The vining stuff is covered in weeds, but I noticed while I was back there, because I thought of pulling melon vines today and maybe getting to squash this week, everything's got blossoms still on it. Which is nice, but I expected it to kind of be done, so especially the way it looks. So we'll let it go and see what forms. On that, I did clean up the beets, I did clean up the Swiss chard, picked green beans, which was a big job. This is still a disaster. 4 hours, guys. Doesn't look like I did anything. Hey. But seriously, the mosquitoes are eating me, so I am going to go home. I did take a few photos with my camera too. Always harvesting pictures, as you can see. I have my macro lens on today, so it's been hard to get the hummingbirds and butterflies, but I got some pretty flower pictures, so. Another day. I thought it was going to look so different by the time I was done today. But at least I'm going to have good supper. Bye.